Joining me right now is the senator herself. Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn is a member of the Judiciary, Armed Services, and Commerce Committees. Senator, it's great to have you. Thanks very much for being here. She answered you on that question, define woman, is I'm not a biologist.
You're right about that, Maria, and we know that, and that was in a series of questions I asked her dealing with CRT, gender identity, teaching young kids that, looking at the VMI decision and Ginsburg's ruling that there are enduring differences in male and female. And if you cannot define woman, you cannot rule in Title IX or Title VII cases. How do you enforce the Violence Against Women Act if you are not going to be able to define who is a woman? So it was essential to looking at the issues of parents' rights, of rights for women and girls, protection for women and girls.
Yeah, no, I think you connected the dots real well in terms of what her inability to answer that shows about her and the extremism that you're talking about. It looks like she's going to get through, though, right? You've got three Republicans siding with the Democrats. So is it pretty much clear that she'll get through and she will be a SCOTUS?
Well, she is most likely going to get through. You did have the three Republicans vote for her. But I think what you have is Demand Justice, Arabella, the dark money left, far left progressive groups that have put a lot of effort into putting her on the Supreme Court. And Maria, I fully believe that there is a connection. It's not coincidence that after her lack of ability to agree with the Ginsburg decision or to find the word woman, then you have Disney coming out with their decision. No more boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You have the State Department with the marking the X for gender. And you have gender neutral searches coming from DHS. So all of this is part of the woke left agenda.
Yeah, I mean, and that agenda is really focused on things that are so menial when you consider what things like our adversaries are focused on. The Chinese Communist Party and its goals to overtake the United States, the influence peddling that is so obvious that has happened in Joe Biden's family. Now you've got former President Barack Obama trying to save the day. He is returning to the White House today, first time since leaving office. He will host an event with President Biden celebrating the Affordable Care Act as the Biden administration is set to announce a new action to expand Obamacare. Senator, your thoughts? And I think what's interesting here is that now we understand that Obama is going to have weekly meetings with Joe Biden. So if you didn't think Obama was running the country before, maybe you can know that he's running the country now, given his weekly meetings with Joe Biden. How do you see all of this?
Well, Maria, we know that Obama's team has been calling the shots all during the Biden presidency, whether it's Susan Rice or Valerie Jarrett or Jake Sullivan and Ron Klain. And now, in order to try to get the poll numbers up, Biden is at a 55% disapproval. The Democrats are poised to take a shellacking in the midterm elections. They need a good news story, and the only way they think they can get it is to bring Obama back as the de facto leader in the White House. And that's the message that they're going to try to send, that Barack Obama is in charge and Barack Obama is setting the agenda and Barack Obama is leading the team. They have such massive fallout from, the vice president. And then you look at Hunter and his participation with Russia, China, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, with all his business deals. And people are saying, hey, wait a minute, we flubbed Afghanistan. We were late to help Ukraine. What is really going on here? Why aren't we spending more on defense so that we're dealing with China and great power competition? So they don't like the question set that is being thrown at them every day. They need some answers. So they're going to have Barack Obama fill that void.
Yeah, Senator, we've got new information on this, by the way. New emails reveal that Biden's chief of staff, Ron Klain, apparently reached out to Hunter Biden back in 2012, and he wanted help raising $20,000 for the vice president's residence. The email in part reads this: "We need to keep this low key because raising money for the president, for the residents is now bad PR." This as a grand jury witness in Hunter Biden's federal tax probe was reportedly asked about the planned business deal with that Chinese energy firm, CEFC. I spoke with Ron Johnson on Sunday Morning Futures this weekend to discuss this corruption. Here's his take. Watch.
When the 51 corrupt former intelligence officials came out with no evidence and said that the laptop was Russian disinformation at every sign of it, to basically cover up for Joe Biden, the FBI should have come forward and said, no, we have no reason to suspect this is Russian disinformation. They didn't. They covered up for Joe Biden so that they have proven that these federal agencies are in the tank for the Democrats. This is the most corruption I've ever seen in the United States federal government.
Senator, he's not just blaming the media, he's blaming the FBI for getting in the way of his investigation, which appears to obviously highlight influence peddling, and it's been going on for years.
Well, Maria, look at the connect the dots on this one with having Joe Biden, who said he knew nothing and saw nothing and heard nothing, but yet we have photo evidence that he did meet with Hunter's business partners. And then you have Ron Klain saying, hey, I need this money, but hey, buddy, keep it on the low. They knew it was wrong, but they did it anyway. It shows you they all knew this. So then they had to have the DOJ and the FBI fly some cover for them so that they would not be found out. And of course, they all thought Hillary was going to win, and then they'd be able to cover it up and no one would be any the wiser. Their plan fell apart. And Ron John has done a great job investigating this, much of what he brought forward early on. When you look at the 2016 election and how they tried to keep Trump from being elected, when you look at what they did in 2020, trying to cover up that story with the laptop, ruining the shop owner's life and destroying his business and saying it was Russian disinformation. They had a story, they made it up, and then they were going to continue to cover themselves.
All right, Senator, we're watching it all. Thanks very much for being here and certainly for your leadership. Senator Marsha Blackburn.